Brad Knopf here with Range Systems with Chris Meter and Mission94. Gorgeous facility. Going to go down range right now, and Chris is going to share some of his very good insight into why they designed the range for the long-term maintenance needs, and I think you're going to really love what you see. So let's head down range.
Thanks.
Beautiful fold-up bench, easy to swing out of the way, got full access down range. So Chris, I know your background, you've had a lot of experience with other ranges,
Sure.
running them, managing them, operating them. If you can kind of share with us, you don't need to go in too much depth, but why you created things like this, like your range maintenance door right down here, in the middle of your facility. Why was that so important to you?
So a lot of places that I previously had experience at, not just in an operator role, but also as a user, you begin to learn things that did not work and things that did work. And out of the hundreds of facilities I've used in my years as a firearms enthusiast, but also a professional with firearms, we identified the things that work and the things that don't.
Yep.
So a lot of the way Mission 94's training areas were developed with the mindset of, is it going to perform for day-to-day usage, but also how is it going to perform when it comes time for maintenance, when it comes time for cleanup, when it comes time in the event of an emergency or some type of incident. So we plan for all of the unexpected situations, and it just worked out in such a good way partnering with Range Systems to sort out how to get that best mitigated.
That is awesome, Chris. Couldn't have said it any better. And, great example of that in your foresight and thinking ahead of how you're going to manage this, for decades. Yeah. This door right here, I think, is where a lot of it starts, correct? Right? Because we're standing in the 25-yard range now. Right next door is the 50-yard.
Correct.
So this shared door gives you access into both facilities, both ranges.
It does.
And then ties directly into your loading dock out back. Is that right?
Yes. Yep.
All right, so we're down range now, and we just came through this beautiful set of double doors that Chris and his team, thought ahead on and built right into the range. So 25-yard on that side. We're in the 50-yard range here.
Yep.
You can see there's a ballistic doors, heavy steel frame. Chris and all his experience and knowledge, had us armor up the hinge side so they're not going to get shot up over the years. Yep. And it looks like these are holding up beautifully.
They are, they really are. And then additionally, the deflectors have the dampeners on them. So that also helps with sound mitigation. And if there is an errant around, helps absorb that.
Perfect. Yeah, and the beauty of having the double door as opposed to a single door.
Correct.
All your equipment coming into both ranges during a maintenance cleaning session.
Yes.
Full access. Skid steers.
Skid steers, forklifts, pallet jacks, anything like that. We can just wheel it in, wheel it out as quickly and efficiently as possible. Perfect. Make our time, valuable and just use it to the best we can.
Awesome. Yeah. And then I believe the real magic is right down here.
Let's go down.
All right, so this is your range maintenance hall?
The range maintenance tunnel, the RMT.
Range maintenance tunnel.
So,
I love that.
That's our team calls this the RMT, and so this is kind of the back end. If we were in a restaurant right now, this would be the kitchen.
We're in the kitchen.
Where all the magic happens. So,
another great set of double doors, center lock there, so they're easy to seal off and secure. Again, just really, really did a great job, you and your team, on designing this. All of the ability now to have your range maintenance and cleaning, which is usually only once a year.
It is, but
you can get those people in and out of here so quickly, right?
The downtime that you have in a facility like this is money. Time is money. And so if they're having to waste time with moving pallet jacks around corners and elevators and everything, that's downtime that we're not, making money, but at the same time, our students aren't getting the valuable training that they need, and we want to just
minimize why they come to you.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, no, this is beautiful, Chris, I tell you.
Thanks, Brad.
So you come out now into the RMT, Range Maintenance Tunnel, and it looks to me like you have everything you and your team need to do your daily, weekly, monthly, routine maintenance, right? I see your Tiger vac here. Great HEPA filter system.
Beautiful system.
I see backers. I see, tub. What all do you got back here?
So we've got our rakes and our coal shovels that we use to maintain our rubber backstops made by Range Systems and just fill in any sort of pockets, divots. If the rubber is sliding down a little bit, we can help move that back into place. Yep. We got our brass roller here.
Ammo up. Yep.
At the end of every day, we pull out the ammo up and just go and push that along. Helps the men, my staff, you know, without having to kick up a lot of dust, maintaining that OSHA compliance, being
You
able
bet.
to use this system. And then we got a racking system here for some of our bowling pins.
Bowling pin,
We
yeah.
got sawhorses for various games and things of that nature.
Yep.
Brad said the Tiger Vac and all of the non-sparking electrical cords and static discharge systems that,
Yep.
you know, prevent any sort of
Yeah,
electrical
awesome
mishap.
piece of equipment.
It is.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get it, but once you have it, it's wonderful.
Yep.
A lot of this equipment is for our IDPA league, which is in the area.
Yep.
We allow them to store that here as a courtesy. And then these barrels are our brass reclamation barrels. So
Awesome.
the brass is picked up at the end of every shift. We collect it, we put it in the barrels, it's palletized. And then once everything here is kind of topped off, then we will call in our brass reclamation company. They pick these up, that gets recycled into new ammunition. It's great, green for the environment, and then
You bet.
green for the business as well.
Well, it is, and you know, a little bit of extra revenue every now and then.
Sure.
The other great thing about this tunnel and how you design this is, you know, these are heavy, and anybody that's ever
Yes.
operated a range knows that.
Yeah.
Because this is so wide and so generously built with the space, you're not tight corners. You can get a forklift in here, pallet jack. You know, it's at an angle so the guys aren't having to fight it all the time. Really great insight. I mean, was that something you'd learned at other ranges?
It was. A lot of other places, I had watched the way that they struggled with
Yeah.
being able to get the brass out, get the lead out, getting new rubber in or parts and components for downrange. And it was, this is terrible. You know,
Yeah.
it works for that period of time while you're in operation, but the back end operation,
Right.
the downtime, the maintenance time, this whole entire tunnel and pretty much a lot of the Mission 94 facility was designed in keeping maintenance downtime to a minimum and
Yep.
keeping the staff not having to exert themselves to a horrible amount to be
Right.
able to get their job done.
Protecting them from injury, and you're
Exactly.
keeping the cash register ringing.
And that's the important one. Yeah.
So Chris, now we're standing here, you've got an overhead door coming out of the range maintenance tunnel, and you've got just an awesome piece of equipment that I give you guys credit for thinking ahead of time. This lift gate allows you to have a regular dock high truck come in and get it up to that height so you don't have to request a lift gate. Is that
That's
right?
exactly right. So a standard box truck, semi-truck can back up to this lift. It is capable of handling the heavier loads, brass barrels, lead removal, and things like that. So all they have to do is back up, pull their pallet on, raise it up, and then just pull it into the truck.
Beautiful.
It's an incredibly quick and efficient system, hydraulically operated, 2 buttons. The oil in the system is Arctic rated for these Wisconsin winters, so
Yep, that's a good
it's
point.
never going to have a dead time as a result of weather either.
Yeah, and the other great thing, aside from the efficiency of your operation, is you're protecting your employees from injury, right?
We have
They're
to.
not having to manhandle these heavy barrels onto the back of a truck, right?
Exactly. Yep.
So again, great thinking ahead and forwards, you know, foresight into the maintenance.
Thanks, Brad. Yeah, thank you. So this bollard that's located in the front of the lift is a removable bollard. Obviously, being a firearms facility, we are very concerned with defense and protecting the firearms, making sure that they don't get into the hands of those who shouldn't have them. So in putting in the bollards, a lot of facilities you see have a lot of crash and runs
Yep.
where they'll attempt to take a stolen vehicle and ram it in, steal as much as they can and drive out. Bollards protect against things like that. So that removable bollard can be pulled with a machine that our staff knows how to operate, and then again efficiently utilize this lift system for when we do lead reclamation and brass reclamation.
Yeah, and after it's back in place, now your exterior is still protected and
We're
armored
back to
up,
being
right?
secure just like we were.